How's it going, everybody? David Hedge here from House Hedge Gaming, and the convention season is already upon us. And well, the convention I look forward to every year is GenCon, and it's going into its 55th anniversary. And I always want to make sure I'm prepared for that convention or any other convention that I attend. So, this video, I want to give you the tips that I have amounted over the years and accumulated of what I do to get ready for a convention. Now, like I said, this is for Gen Con, what I do to prepare for it, but it can apply to whatever convention you're going to, whether it be New York Comic Con, PAX East, PAX Prime, Origins, Dragon Con, you name it. These tips can definitely help you out in your next adventure to a convention. So hang on tight, let's get started. All right, first things first, if you're going to a convention, buy your badge. I know that sounds simple, and I know some people will think, well, Dave, you told me to give me a tip. Why are you telling me the first thing that I should do? Well, you'd be surprised how many people forget to buy badges or buy tickets for the convention that they're attending. A lot of people just assume that tickets will be available at the door or they will be available for a long time. But truth be told is that a lot of conventions, especially now, they have a cap of how many people attend. And you don't want to be left out. If you're planning on going to the convention, go on ahead and buy your badge, buy your event ticket, whatever you need to do to guarantee your spot at the convention of your choice. So I've already gotten my tickets. I've already got my badge taken care of along with my wife's and two of our friends that are going with us for the first time. They've never experienced a convention this big, and so they're building up to it. They went to an SCG Con. They went to Galaxy Con in Richmond, which focused a lot about pop culture, celebrities, things of that nature. But now they're getting ready to go to the big one, to Gen Con, where you go from having 10 to 20,000-ish type people for a 3-day convention like Galaxy Con. And it could be more, I don't know. But now they're going to an event that is 60, 70, 80,000 plus. And this year, there's no cap of number of people that can be at Gen Con. There's probably badges that will sell out. But I think this year you're probably going to be looking at, again, between 60 to 75,000 people. And that's a lot of people compared to what a lot of us have been used to over the past bit. But no matter what, you always want to make sure you get your badge early. Also, if there's events that you want to go into, definitely make sure you get those tickets early as well, because some spaces are limited for events, and you don't want to be left out in the cold. Do not suffer from FOMO. To be honest, I didn't know what FOMO stood for the longest time, but thanks to the internet and everybody that's younger and cooler than me, I now know. Next, speaking of events, make sure to try something different. Now, for me, I am an avid Magic the Gathering player, and I have started to get back into Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a couple of key board games that I like playing, especially Dice Throne. Back in 2019, before the world got turned upside down, I would play Dice Throne at the to get ready for the national championships they had at Gen Con, or the Gen Con championships. And I played all 3 days of competition for the to try and qualify for the main event. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed every game that I played. However, I wish I would have done other things in addition to it, but there's not enough time in the day, especially at a convention where like you're dedicating a lot of time for an event like that to try and qualify for the championship or anything. So, but it's also one of those things, do what you want to do at your convention and enjoy it how you would like to enjoy it. So for me that year, I got to play in a True Dungeon event, which was insane. I got to play Commander with Olivia Gobert-Hicks and Sheldon Menery, the godfather of Commander, EDH. And then I got to play Dice Throne the entire time. And I enjoyed every minute of it. But this year, I'm trying a lot more. And I want you to do the same. If you're going to the convention, definitely try something different. Get out of your wheelhouse a little bit. Get out of your comfort zone. Now, I'm not just saying that you should go out and try to go full bore into anything. But try a new game. Or try live action role play. Or attend a music event that you would never attend. Or some sort of an event. Like, prime example for me is that I will be attending my very first burlesque show, the D20 Burlesque. I'm going to try and get tickets for it. And if I get tickets for it, chances are I'm going to be about 16 shades of red by the time it's all said and done. Now, I could have done 50 shades, but a lot of you probably already thought that joke, and if you did, we're on the same wavelength. But I decided to I'm going to try that because I want to give it a shot. I want to enjoy something different, a new experience. And so, no matter what convention you're going to, if it's, say, for example, Dragon Con, they have the after party at the aquarium every year, which is a fantastic event that you can go to and observe the aquarium at night. And it's definitely a different atmosphere than what you would get during the day, especially when you have so many people that are in costume. For me this year at Gen Con, I'm going to try and get back in the True Dungeon. There's a different storyline that they're doing, but this is the only time I get a chance to do something like True Dungeon. I can play it out in my mind for D&D, but I can't have the full effect of an immersive atmosphere where you got the characters, the props, the sound effects, the smells, which I know sounds a little bit weird, but you have like the smoke of a dragon, like just you inhale that. Or you have the infernos, or if you have like a field that you're going into that's infested, or as part of the fairy realm, and you get like the sweet smell of honeysuckle or something like that. I don't know what fairies smell like. I just think that they might smell pretty. But no matter what, definitely try something different. And I promise you, chances are you won't regret it. Next, dress appropriately. Now, I'm going to be up in Indianapolis, Indiana in August, which means it is going to be hot, 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 hot. And the last thing I want to do is step out of my hotel, start smelling bacon cooking, and know for sure that it's not the restaurant down the street, it's me. So I want to make sure that I dress appropriately by wearing shorts, wear a t-shirt, and be as cool as possible during the best 4 days of gaming. So whatever convention you're going to, make sure you dress appropriately. Take the right clothes you need, especially pack a little light hoodie or something like that, something with long sleeves, just in case you or your significant other gets cold at the convention. Next up, plan your accommodations and your parking. I know this is another one that sounds stupid, but hear me out. If you're going to a major convention like Dragon Con or Gen Con or somewhere that you know is going to be selling out like crazy, book your hotel early. If you know for a fact you're going to the convention, get your badge, get your hotel, and get your parking. Now, a lot of hotels downtown at a convention center will have valet parking. That might be your best bet. If not, try to get into one of the big parking structures or one of the parking groups that are down there. For example, Indianapolis has gate 10 parking. They have 3 or 4 different lots all around Indianapolis Convention Center that you can go to. All you have to do is pre-register for that and you're done. That's a lot less work you got to worry about trying to drive into the city, try to find parking. That's the last thing you want to do at a convention, because trust me, you're going to be waiting in a lot of lines possibly. You do not need to be waiting in a line in your car. Granted, be a little bit cooler or a little bit warmer depending on where you go, but that's the last thing you want to do. So make sure you have your parking and your hotel accommodations lined up and ready to go so you can enjoy your convention. Next up, make sure you carry some cash. Now, in this age and in this time and the digital age and all, we have plastic. And I know plastic is a good thing to have. And you have Apple Pay on the phone and stuff like that. But make sure you carry a little bit of cash, because something can happen where internet can go down, a phone connection can go down, and you're not able to buy something that you want to buy because you can't purchase it with a credit card because of some connection issues. So make sure you carry some cash. Plus, I guarantee you, when you go to a restaurant, the wait staff will definitely appreciate cash, because they will need that to spend at the convention as well. All right, the next topic. I know this is going to be a shocker, but I'm going to talk about it, so hold your breath. Just hold back for a second. I'm going to talk about food. Make sure when you go to a convention, check out the city that you're going to and make sure you check out the restaurants that they have. Now, you do want to give yourself a good meal. You don't want to just eat White Castle burgers, even though they're tasty. Up north, those are really good burgers, really cheap. But you want to give yourself a good meal while you're out. So, for example, up in Indianapolis, we're going to treat ourselves to Fogo. We don't want to have one here in Roanoke, and Fogo is just that good place to where you go, you want your meat, you got your salad bar, you just have all the good foods. And that's going to be our one big meal, our one good meal while we're up there. The rest of the time, there's Steak and Shake, there's Subway, there's a food court that has a plethora of options that we can choose from. There's a lot of restaurants, there's actually concessions at the Indianapolis Convention Center. Try to avoid those as best you can, because unfortunately some of those prices do They're pretty up there, but there's a lot of stuff that's within walking distance for us. There's food trucks that are going to be happening while we're there, and that's what we plan on doing, is just try to go on ahead and have a game plan of what we want to eat. Now, make sure you do take snacks for your convention. It could be granola bars, beef jerky, protein bars, just stuff that will give you energy throughout the day. You don't want anything with a sugar. You don't want to have anything like you pop a handful of Jolly Ranchers, you're good for about 10 minutes because you're on the biggest sugar rush ever, and then you just completely crash afterwards. Now, you got to have something more sustainable. So like granola, any kind of mixed nuts, beef jerky, things like that gives you sustained energy throughout the time. So also, when it comes to food, a little bit of a tip for you. In addition to all these other tips, try getting some gift cards while you're building up to your convention. While you're leading up to it, you can spend $25 on this gift card, $25 on this gift card. Get gift cards to places that you know for a fact, or that you've researched and found out that are going to have places at the city that you're in. So for me, I'm getting the gift card to Fogo, getting gift cards to Steak and Shake, getting gift cards to P.F. Chang's. Those kind of places, I know they're there. We're going to get gift cards for them and just start doing that, and you'll have that set aside, ready to go for whatever meal you want, anytime you want. And plus, they don't expire. So if for some reason you don't get to go there that time around, chances are you're going to be going to a place that'll have one of these restaurants, and you will have a gift card ready to go for them. Next up, this pertains to the convention, more specifically the exhibit hall. Plan your attack for whatever you're looking for. Now, if there's a specific game or a specific item or a specific guest of honor that you are wanting to go see, have a plan of attack where you're going to go. Now, it could be the entrance. Find out which entrance is closest to the booth that you want to get to. And then you get to that entrance as soon as you can. And as soon as the doors open, you are all set. That way, you have a plan to get there as quick as you can. You can make your way through the crowds, plan it out, and you'll be all set to go when you get to that booth. It'll be a rewarding thing. Granted, a bunch of other people will probably beat you because they'll be running like crazy demons, but you know what? At least you did the right thing and the smart thing and the safe thing and try to find a safer route. Now, I'll tell you my secret, because I have the best secret ever. I have my wife as a bona fide, genuine convention ninja. She can move through crowds the likes of which you have never seen. And I can give you a prime example of this. One year, a friend of ours asked for some stuff from the Warhammer booth, from Games Workshop. And my wife was like, no problem, we'll do it. And we're waiting at the convention exhibit hall entrance. And I'm just standing there, we're in a sea of people, and she looks at me and she goes, try to keep up. And I'm going, okay, I'll try to keep up with you. And as soon as those doors open, I look back to start seeing the herd move, and then she was already gone. I went, man, they're up. Honey. I see her, the smoke was already going. She was running through that convention center. She was like, she wasn't even running. She was just like she was just ninja moving all throughout. Like she was spy. You can call her a spy. You can call her a ninja. You can call her whatever you want. I called her quick. She moved so fast, her shadow was like, oh crap, and then try to go after her. Like 3D right there. But that's my secret. So if I need to get anything, or if she wants to get anything, I just go, honey, go to it. And chances are, if she's running, she might grab my hand. And if you see me flying at GenCon, no, it's not a big kite that somebody is carrying and pulling through the convention. Just Cindy holding my hand, lifting me off the ground, getting from point A to point B. So be on the lookout for a big flying house, because it might happen. All right, last thing that I want to go over, and I don't need the notepad, even though this did help. Made me feel like I was doing a legit job of giving you guys tips, which I hope I did. But the biggest thing that I want to go over is, most importantly, no matter what convention you go to, have fun. That's the key thing to do. Throughout the past couple years, we've all been through a lot, and we had our conventions taken away from us. We had our gatherings taken away from us. I mean, shoot, there's a card game, Magic the Gathering, and the Gathering was taken out of it. But now we get to have the chance to do it again. And this year, for a majority of conventions, there's no cap of how many people can attend. You do have to wear a mask. You do have to be vaccinated, and I'm definitely for that. And they're still doing online events to where if people are not comfortable with the surroundings, still with COVID being a thing, uh, they're able to still have that option of online. But for people like me, who I've always loved going to conventions, and being able to go to this one on its 55th anniversary is truly going to be something special. Not because it's the 55th anniversary, I'm starting to get tongue tied, but I get to go with my wife, and I get to go with two of my best friends who have never been to Gen Con before, and it's going to blow their minds to see all of everything that's going to be happening at the event. But the biggest thing of all is that no matter what convention gathering you're going to, you're seldom going to hear about somebody discriminating because of race, because of the color of their skin, because of their sexual orientation. I've never encountered that in my personal view, in my personal time at Gen Con. And I know, unfortunately, that stuff happens. And I hate that happens. Because we should not see each other by the orientation or the color of our skin. We're people. We're all human. That's all we are. Like, there's maybe differences on the outside, but on the inside, we're the same people. And for Gen Con, Indianapolis, Indiana, August 4th through the 7th, 2022, 60 to 70 plus thousand people that enjoy gaming will be going and merging onto Indianapolis and enjoying the best 4 days of gaming. And we're going to enjoy each other's company. And that's what I love about it. I get to sit across people from all across the world at this convention and try out new games and play old favorites and to try new experiences. But I get to try them with so many different nationalities and so many different people from walks of life that I never thought I'd encounter. And it could be anything from sitting across the table from a person that came from across the world to enjoy the same kind of hobby that I have. And the same can go for a comic book convention. If you go to like a Heroes Con or New York Comic Con, you're going to run into the same thing. You'll meet people that share the same interests as you, but from farther away. And we should all just enjoy our time together. Because if you get so many people together that enjoy that kind of hobby, that's a bit of a family. And that's what Gen Con has always done. They say you're part of Gen Con's family. And that's the truth. The Dragon Con family is the truth. Like, that's just the biggest collection of cosplayers you could ever ask for. Or for people that go to PAX. That's a family of video gamers, the likes of which you've never seen before. And it's amazing. And I know this sounds a little bit cheesy, but it's the way I feel. That this year I get to reconnect with a family that I have not seen for a few years. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with two of my best friends. And I get to share it with my wife again. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most for Gen Con. And like I said, yeah, it's sappy, but you know what? This is my channel, and if I want to get sappy, I'm getting sappy. But yeah, so whatever convention you go to, just have fun. And if you can provide a little bit of extra something special for somebody at the convention you're going to and make their convention experience more memorable, just go for it. I'll give you a prime example from me. Several years ago, I played in a zombies live action role play. And I was an alchemist. And I was like a mad scientist type deal. And I could have played it one of two ways. I could have either just went in and went, okay, I will put this and this together, and I'll make this, and I'm gonna throw it. Oh no, it didn't go. Whoops. Or you can be like I did and act a little crazy, act a little, get in the character a little bit. And I will never forget, it was towards the end of the campaign that we did. Myself and my group were in a room, and I triggered a trap. And my character had a steel bar go through their leg, and I couldn't move on my own. And so I went and tried to do the selfless thing. I was like, I had a little like makeshift grenade that I had from earlier in the campaign. And I'm like, no, you go ahead, save yourselves. You guys are at the finish line. I'll hold them back here. And one person stayed behind, and they helped me out. And so I decided that I was going to have fun with it a lot more. And I started breaking into Whitney Houston's song from The Bodyguard, like, and I will always love you. Like, I just started belting that out. And not only the person in the room with me was laughing their ass off so bad, and that's the one time I want to cuss, but everybody in the other room, which was infested with zombies, just started breaking character and laughing so hard. And at that point, I knew that I just turned that game into something that not only the person that was helping me out would remember, but all the zombies will now go, because this was day one of the convention. So the next 3 days, they were going like, man, can you believe that big son of a gun was singing Whitney Houston during the game? And that's something I will get to take with me, is that I got to put a little extra something special into somebody's convention experience in a positive way. And I'm going to try and do that again this year. I'm going to try to get into True Dungeon. I'm going to try to get into a bunch of different events. And if I get into True Dungeon, I am going to do my best to be in full character. And I am going to have a blast with it. Because you know what? Who knows what the next year is going to bring? Something might happen to where it might not have the convention. But if that's the case, I'm dang sure going to make the best 4 days of gaming the best that I possibly can. And hopefully you guys will join me for that. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to let everybody know that House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming and wrestling needs. So until next time, guys, stay safe and take care.